morning, everybody. Kensurfs here, and it's time for another shave. It's the 5th of July. I thought I would be able to get a shave out yesterday on the 4th of July, but I was having a party, a barbecue, had several people over, so just never got a chance. When you're the host at a party, it kind of ties your time. You've got to go around talking to everybody, and I didn't have a chance to hang out with my usual buddies and play pinball or anything like that. I had to be the host. So it's morning. I got my my coffee going. Second cup. So hopefully the caffeine kicks in real soon. And I'm going to do a shave today with some new soap, but with some familiar items. And I'm going to try to answer some of the questions that people have been commenting. And I know I've talked about them before, the tattoos, but people genuinely ask questions, and I feel like kind of a dick when I say, well, look back, I already did a video on it, but I will talk about them today. So, to the point, I'm going to be using my familiar 34G, one of my go-to razors. And if you haven't seen the 34G before, it's the brother, I will say, of the 34C, except it's in gold. And I saw Joe from Queens do a video on this when he went to Pasteur's, and he bought one of these in New York. And I thought, like everybody else, I watch people's videos and I see something that I like and I end up buying them. And I bought this online, and it's if you haven't seen them before, it's a great two-piece razor, very easy to work, very mild shave. It does excellent for me. And today I'm going to be using a Gillette Nacet blade in it. And it's funny, you know, I've got so many Gillette blades, yet they don't sell. I have to go to the internet to find them. You can't go into your local stores here in the United States and pick these up, but some of my favorite blades are Gillette blades, Gillette and Wilkinson swords. So I know Gillette still makes them, and maybe one day they'll do a release of one of these again. All right, so I'm going to be trying some soap from Olea shave soap, and it's very cherry. And I picked this up when I went, and this is actually cherry, dark cherry, and lime. And I picked, and it is cherry, let me tell you. I picked this up when I went to the West Coast Shaving mini meetup. Took my family, my wife and daughter, and they went around sampling tons of different soaps, and they picked out some that were their favorites, and this just happened to be one of mine and theirs. So I'm trying this for the first time today. And with that comes an Aftershave balm from the same company. So I'm going to be trying this out today. So I'm not going to get the burn. I will be using, it's the Haircut and Shave Company brush. I've got it soaking in the crystal skull right now. It's a synthetic. And she's soaking there, getting ready. I've got some witch hazel. Kind of hooked on this stuff now. I really am. I mean, I use, where is she? I use the Humphreys, but man, this stuff, I don't know, I just like this a little better. Humphreys is great, but for me personally. And somebody had asked in one of the other shave videos, I'm trying to answer a lot of questions, so bear with me, please. I probably already got 2 thumbs down. It's kind of funny. These videos run about 15 minutes, and as soon as I put them up, it'll say, your video was loaded 1 minute ago, and then boom, a thumbs down instantly. So there's some fun guys out there who like doing that. And hey, you know. But prep pre-shave comes from Europe. It's just like the Parasso. It smells almost exactly like the Parasso, but I had been asked a while ago to try this out. I ordered it online, I think eBay UK, and I do use this on occasionally, but that was to answer that question. I don't think I'm going to use it today. So all right, let's get started. Let's wet that face a little bit. Let's move my coffee over here because I'm sure I'm going to get shaving cream in it. And that will just be some other funny aspect of the shave today. I didn't drink yesterday. There was a lot of beers flowing here. People had a lot of fun. In fact, here's kind of a, well, I started my day, by the way. I started my day, got up at 6 a.m. It was my day off, 4th of July, 6 a.m. And my daughter and I went down to the Surf City 5K run. And we were doing a 5K run starting at 7 a.m. And I usually do a few of those. But, I do the 5K a few times a year. I do the Angel Stadium run, and I usually do the Huntington Beach 5K run. And if you're the resident, you get to start at 7 a.m. If you live in Huntington Beach. If you're not a resident, you start at 8 a.m. so you can kind of get out before the heat. It was hot yesterday, and it's supposed to be hotter today. So thank God I got air conditioning. Second year with it. All right. But here's what Huntington Beach looked like about 6:55 a.m. and 7 a.m. Yesterday morning, the 5K. So that was a lot of fun. Ran with my daughter. The ladies are always trying new diets, and she was trying a vegan diet. And lack of energy, and I'm not gonna leave her. So I stuck with her, and we made it in right at about 40 minutes. And usually I make it in 36 minutes. I do the 12-minute mile. I'm not a sprinter. So this works really well. So then later in the day, I had the pinball machines fired up, and here is kind of a before and during party, or pictures of some of the people having fun on the pinball machine.
Never get no pictures of people playing, you know?
I am the future.
Operation initiated. Rescue all hostages.
There's a highway patrol guy, a California highway patrol guy lives behind me, and 2 doors down there's an Los Angeles retired SWAT guy. And I tell you, those guys always have the best fireworks. Now, it depends on where you are in the country or the world. Fountains, and they call them safe and sane fireworks, are legal here in the city. But no explosives, no rockets, nothing that leaves the ground. But these guys don't listen to that. I swear it was like Disneyland above me. You could kick back and see these Disneyland fireworks exploding in the sky above me. It set off my cousin's car alarm like 8 times. So we got a hell of a good show. But since 4th of July was the middle of the week, a lot of people had to go to work today. I took 2 days off. My cousin's in town from not Fort Worth, San Antonio. So we're going to be hanging out. He's coming over in about an hour. He hasn't been to movies in a while. We're going to go do some movies, have some lunch, catch up on old times. But it was a good night yesterday. Now, if you're not interested in tattoos, fast forward to this. I'm going to try to talk during this so I don't waste your time. But several people have been asking again, what's the story with your tattoos? And about 15 years ago, when I turned 40, I don't know if it was a midlife crisis, but even before that, probably in my late 30s, I have a friend, I think I've told the story, who used to go get tattoos. Probably, he lived in Idaho. He lives here now, but he lived in Idaho, and he used to come down and get a tattoo from Paul Black. He's a tattoo artist here, worked for Outer Limits Tattoo, And I used to go down and watch him get tattoos all the time. I was hanging out with him, and you kind of get the addiction. And I started out with, not with Paul, but this piece of tribal right here. I don't know if you can see that. It was this little piece. It was down at Newport Beach Pier, and they have a tattoo shop. And I wanted to see if I liked it, and I got this little piece. And then the addiction started, and I started going to Paul. I got the tribal armband, but I ended it. I didn't want to go under the armpit. I didn't want to get a rash or anything. And that was tattoo number 1. Then I was born on the year of the tiger, so I wanted to get a tiger tattoo. So I got just the tiger jumping by Paul, and that was it. And tattoos are expensive, man. You're paying like $100 an hour. And that was it. And my wife immediately says, that looks weak. You need to have more stuff added. So slowly I would be going back, and I had the whole scene with the water, the bamboo, and the rocks added to it. Then I was in we have a mall over here with tattoo art. And there's a tattoo artist called Tyson McAdoo. You can look him up, Tyson Mac, Mcadoo. And he is a tattoo artist, but he also does paintings and art. And he was selling this picture. I thought it was super cool. So I ended up buying the picture. And in fact, here's what the print looks like. So I ended up getting that tattoo, but I'm jumping ahead of myself. I had to finish off the arm first. So 2 of the cool Chinese zodiac symbols or animals, in my opinion, are the tiger and the dragon. So I ended up getting a mystic dragon, and then that looked weak, so we had the lightning bolts added later, and you know, over a period of a few years. Then came her. You know, it's an addiction. So you got a tattoo here and you don't have anything here. Well, that's another Tyson McAdoo picture. So I had her added, and then a while later I had this. Then the last tattoo from about 4 or 5 years ago, I want to say it was around the time of the last World Cup. England was in it, and the US was in it. And I think it was the World Cup. And I live in the US. I'm a US citizen now, but I was born in England. That's another question. Someone says, why are you wearing an England tattoo when you were live in the US? But I was born in England, Newcastle. And my nephews, they were like just turning 21, and they said, hey, Uncle Ken, why don't we go get England on one shoulder and USA on the other? Because they're the same deal, dual citizenship. So I went first. And I got England on there. And then they chickened out. Son of a gun. So then later, you know, with this English skin, I go to the dermatologist quite often. And I got to admit, this lady's very thorough. She, you know, feels around. And on the England tattoo, she felt something that was kind of suspect. So they took a sample, and it was precancerous skin cancer. Not the bad stuff, but precancer. So they had to cut out part of the skin and stitch it up. So you can see the England tattoo is a little deformed there. And I do have to have that fixed up. And because it's been deformed, that's the last tattoo I got. And I don't know if I'll get another, because that pissed me off. You know, I really like that tattoo. I can't even see it. I didn't even know I had an issue there. But boy, if I wouldn't have went in, that crap could have went to something serious. So that's pretty much the tattoo tour. Now everybody's got tattoos. I mean, young ladies, young guys, old guys, military. The only thing I wouldn't suggest is if you're in college and you want to do a career, probably going to get negative or thumbs down for this, but don't get your hands tattooed, man. If you're going to get a sleeve, have it stop here so you can at least wear a dress shirt if you plan to be in a professional career, because it shouldn't bother people at an interview, but it may. So that's my suggestion. I'm going to be having a 6,000 subscriber giveaway coming soon. I'm going to go across the grain. I kind of go backwards. I go up here and I go, because I'm kind of going across the grain here on my neck. I probably should go up, but this is just the way I do it. You have your own favorite way, guys. Do it your way. But what happened was I just got an email from one of the winners. All the winners, I think, in the 5,000 giveaway were from foreign countries. And this gentleman was from Bulgaria. And I packaged up his, this is what happens when if you win one of my contests, because this has happened before. I package up the item, got the tracking number, got everything on it, US Post Service. Usually, to ship to Europe too, it's spendy. So I get it all packaged. I take a photo of the package with the shipping label on. I send the shipping label, or I send the package away. The gentleman in Belgium, Bulgaria. Been 54 days. He says, hey, I haven't received my package. I feel bad, but I mean, I don't know if customs takes the item, if the local mailmen take the item. There are some countries that you just can't ship to. I didn't realize that I can't ship to Dubai. So if any of you guys are in Dubai and you win a contest, I understand you can't ship there because they're like the mailbox. It's something different. So I apologize, but that's beyond my control. All right, guys. I'll package it. I'll put the shipping label on. I send it away. Please, I feel terrible. I can't tell you enough. If you don't get it, I do apologize, but it is totally out of my hands. And that happened to one of the gentlemen. So if you're in Bulgaria, be careful, because you may or may not get it. There's a couple of other countries in South America that I shipped packages to and they just never got it. So I don't know what happens there. Not blaming your mail carriers or the customs office, but maybe if they see shave brush from the United States, maybe it's like, hey, thanks. And so I'm kind of saddened that gentleman didn't receive his item, but I shipped it. It didn't come back. If it were to come back, so here's my suggestion. If you're in a country that the mail is maybe not as reliable as some of the other European countries, I mean England, Italy, genuinely reliable. If you have some relatives there, and it might be easier if you win a contest, if I can send them to your relatives and maybe you can arrange to meet your relatives and get them, because I want you to get your prizes. I really do. But please don't be mad at me if something happened to it. All right. That's my plea for the day. I've got a message from my wife. Please keep the house cool for Monty today. It's going to be over 100. So it's supposed to be very warm. All right. Didn't realize if you click on the message, boom, the camera stops recording. All right. Very cherry. Now also in the thumb down video, I've noticed that might be the product that people don't like. Because I noticed like Paul H. Films, he gets some awesome video, awesome shave, but he might be using a product and I see 3 or 4 thumbs down. I don't understand it. Now, I guess my plea is if you don't like it, just say what's wrong, and then maybe we can try to correct it. Because I know like the Suffolk Shaver and Kevy and me, and there's a lot of you guys, we get thumbs down, but we might not know why. Now I might just say, I'm gonna like your video this time, but if it's a product, let us know. Maybe you've had bad experience with the product. And I've had some bad experiences with products. Thank you for watching, and happy belated 4th of July. It's a long weekend. I'm off today and tomorrow, and then the weekend, so hopefully, I'm not rubbing it in, but hopefully you guys have a great weekend too. All right, everybody, until next time, and I do have a mail call. I've got to go, it's arriving today. I saw it was out for delivery. It is from Yaki Brushes, and I've ordered another shave brush and a razor, so we'll be trying that real soon. All right, everybody, until next time, it's Kensurfs saying have a great day.